everybody, it's me, Max Farrow from DexFXMarkets.com, and we are in a particular 1 hour trade, and I want to kind of show you what this looks like. Because we have a trend heading up, we came back into this position here. And the reason why we came back to this position to buy off of this arrow for a sell trade, even though that it's kind of forced down in this little area, is because there was really, really good money on it. And I'll show you two versions of this that's happening so we can show transparency. We use this mark there and here, and even just this little bit here to be able to use as the trend. And you can kind of see, boom, popped off, did what it was supposed to do. When we first had this happen, we got into the trade really at really good prices. We put a working, we were looking to put a working order on and doing all that kind of stuff, because it came down to 84, right? Just a little bit before, just a little bit lower. And when we got into it, it already started to go out of the money, and because here's 84 right here, and it started to go out of the money right here at this section, right? And when it did, we seized an opportunity to get into the trade. Now, this is on a demo account. We were able to get in for $62. Now, I hesitated, and I shouldn't have hesitated. I should have came back in and got it where I was supposed to get it, and I waited too long, because even at the fact that it was out of the money, I was still able to try to get it for like 62, and I hesitated. I had to kind of go back and relook at the numbers and everything else, whereas with the demo, I just went in and got it, right? So I should really be looking at it. Even though they were sitting at 4 pips off, we got about 3 minutes left. It's still sitting pretty tight. At this level, I'm always trying to get about $25 per trade per pair that I'm doing. Okay, so in this particular case, I could just scalp out right now and be thankful for my time, without worrying about it failing at all. Of course, that's to say that 21.81 and a half. So we're just going to kind of hold on to this, because if I do lose, I'm losing $62.75, right? This is about 2 trades back and get that back. So that's not a problem. So I'm just going to kind of stay here and just wait for it to expire. But the point is that when you seize these opportunities have a really good chance to make some good money. If I would have gotten it back, I would have had a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio, which was huge. And if you look at this right now, this is a 2-to-1 risk ratio that's happening. Because I'm risking $30 or $38 to make 62. So it's right around 1 3/4 risk to reward. But that's huge, because you get so much opportunity. These happen quite a bit. And when they do, you got a great opportunity to be able to monopolize on this process. So I was able to do so with just one contract. This would have been a $77 or $74 win if I did the 2 contracts, probably, or 3 contracts like I was supposed to. That would have been a really good day for me, because with the previous one I had earlier. But this is what it was supposed to look like. Okay, even though this is on demo, this is what it was supposed to look like. They were both the same price. I could have got it at 62 over here as well, but I didn't, like an idiot. Right? I didn't trust my system, which was to follow the dynamics of it. So that's where I'm sitting at. So we're going to wait for this just to finish out, and then we're going to do a market read and try to get and see if we can get into one more trade for the day. I will be looking at the 1 hour, the 2 hours as well for this process. Now, I have no fear of this trade taking on, unless we get like a super huge spike, and then I'd be suspect. But and just because I lose doesn't mean it's Nadex's fault, kind of thing. So got about 1 minute and 42 seconds left. Let's go back and look at this process too one more time. Remember that these things are learned. You have to kind of learn this process. And if we look, this double and triple hit that we get from this green line is big. But that's sitting at 28.85. If I come down a little bit to hit 84, I'm pressing my luck just a little. Okay, so I do stand a chance for it to be out. The other availability was to wait to get, to try to put something up when it went out of the money at 1 higher, and that would have been 28.94. I don't think we would have gotten filled on anything at 28.94 at that level. So we got about 1 minute left on that process. So 28.94 being all the way up here into this mid-range zone. Like, this is something I would tell somebody: if you get this zone, try to stay right in the middle. If you got like, if this was like up here like this and it was closing like this, trade this up here, because it's going to pop back up and kind of stay up here. And you'll see after this expires in maybe next videos, you'll see, or even look for yourself, Great Britain Pound USD. at the 1 o'clock, 1300 hours on the 20th of February, you would see that this zone may push out and push up into that zone. But we should be expiring in the money. 20 seconds, 28.78. That you would have to jump up 6 pips right now to 84, 7 pips to 84. You got about 9 seconds left, and we're in for the win. Easy enough, 37 bucks. We add that to our money for today, our live atomic. So 37 plus this 50 we got earlier, so $87 so far. My goal is about $150 a day at this level. We call level 1 trading. Once I get to level 2, it means that I'm able to do 2 contracts per trade or 3 contracts per batch. So it's pretty powerful, and we'll be going into about $450 a day. At that level, so going from $150 a day to about $450 a day, I'm not doing any extra work. Oh, by the way, that was winner, winner, chicken dinner. That one was like a $180 trade, and this one was a $37 trade. Let's jump right in because we got the market read to do now. Okay, we're here for the market read. It's 1 p.m. 1300. It's my last trade sequence for the day. We're going to do the Audi USD. Has no trade on it, no arrow. Audi JPY has an arrow. We're kind of sitting suspect on the trend, but that's okay. I'm looking for more information that's not up against this line. We don't have it. I mean, we do have a little bit right here. Okay, there we go. Maybe we do have it. It's this line right here. Has a possibility of staying it. And as you see, it's mid-grade, mid-level in between these two. I don't want to get too preachy or teachy here because I got some trading to do because this is my live account. 7402, so 7400 would be a really good on the Audi JPY. Let's see if there's anything available. We did 1 p.m. Now we're looking for 2. 7400 right there. 01, nothing on it. We're about 2 deviations up. So let's get to the next one. Euro, Great Britain, pound. Nothing. Euro JPY. We do have another buy, but again, on a flat surface like this, it could do anything. So I'm just gonna see if I can find something trendy and see if I can fit into that. If not, I'll come back to that. Here we are. We got a little bit of a trend happening here for the buy, and I'm looking for sequence, which is right here. And if we look, we get here, here, and here, and these are pretty important levels. And that's sitting at 144.10, and plus you got this 144.13 kind of backing it up. 144.10. What was that? Great Britain pound JPY, I think it was for 2 p.m. 144.07, which is looking good, but it doesn't have any money on it because we're too far down. I could probably do the 144.13. What are we looking at? 144.70. Yeah, that's too close. Numbers are off just a little bit. That's all right. There's plenty of room, plenty of time for many, many trades. I'm not looking to force stuff. Uptrend, down arrows. We'll skip that just for right now. USD, JPY is sort of flat, kind of curling over. We might be able to play this level right here. A little head and shoulders and a little touch there. A little touch here. 32.63. 32.63 on USD C80. That rhymed. 32.63 on the USD C80. 32.64 with about 24 bucks. We want that to be 25, and I'll place the order and go there. Okay, let's go back. That'll kind of second. I hope it just pops down and does what it's going to do, but we got to wait for it to fill. USD CHF above the grade line here. This could be a pretty good opportunity. Got a couple head and shoulders. Got a couple of lines there. 98.30. Anything in between that 98.30. USD CHF. I don't like putting two. There's USD C80 picking up. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop back over to the USD C80 and pick that up as well and do it again. 64 on the sell. Let's do 2 more at that point. 2. Let's see if it'll get picked up. I don't know if it will because it's sitting at 75 position value right now. Could it get picked up? Let's see. It's jumping around. 24.50. There it is. Picked up. All right, we're in for all three on the batch. That's my time. I'm not going to be doing any more trading. I do 3 on the batch. You know, we got a pretty good number in there. That's about 225. That's about 10% of my balance. That's what I'm going to be staying at right now. Sit down at that level, see what happens. If that takes off, that's a $75 win. Let me go put in the money that we made on the previous trade. All right, so we're back over. Look at that, trade's already taken off. 32.55 on that trade. Let's do the USD CAD. Have a look at it real quick. It's just pounding off there. We got about an hour's left. I think we're going to be okay. It's sort of pushing down. If it does come down and come back up, it should be about the 32.55 area, which should keep us pretty safe in this. I try to make about 27 bucks per, 25 bucks per trade, of course, for any time that I'm doing. So anything that I'm over, not that I do want to do one contract at a time, right? So we're just going to kind of stay here and just let this thing do what it's going to do. But let's look at the numbers. Okay, so here are the numbers. This is from the demo side this morning. Just practicing out the different levels, playing my 3 to 3, 75. This is what I should be making per each day as I reservedly get up to that process of trading 3 contracts at a time, not at per contract or per trade, but per batch, right? So in a 1 hour period, in those, how many contracts should I have at that $25 level? In my live account, I'm only doing 3. Here I'm doing 3 contracts per trade. Well, except for this one, I made a boo-boo, so this should actually be, 69 bucks, right? But now, what makes up for it is that because this is a $278 day, is that we had this OTM trade here, right? This is an OTM, which is huge because we really paid attention to the market and won. So very, very good in our case. Now, let's go over and look at our live atomic today. We're only sitting at about $85, but still, this is pretty good because we're averaging out. There's 177 for the day. Let me pull up some tallies for you. We had this loss here on the 13th. So we'll do that. Let's just sum that out here so you can see it. Real talk here. Minus 29 bucks for the day. Let's see, on the 14th, we had about 100 bucks for that 14th. Valentine's Day made, about 100 bucks there for live. This is real money. This is real money. 17 equals some. Probably asking, Max, why are you trading so low? Why aren't you trading higher? Well, because I'm just getting back into trading this process. There's $92 for the day. Again, and I'm starting out really slow. Because I'm I've already tested out the nature of this system. Now I am testing out my own process, and there's 177 for the day. So you can see we're getting better and better every day as we go. We're knowing the system better, everything. 85. If we end up winning this trade, there we are, 32.54. We're really bouncing off that ceiling, 10 pips out. Is a pretty good trade to be in, and to modulate it out like that is pretty strong. So to be able to do this, even though that we would have, we're probably gonna pull out 75 bucks. You'd have about 3 trades to win back if you did lose it, but that's okay because you can see there's many trades to choose from. But the way that we do this process, it is a very strong solution, right? We have so much pushback, it ranged out for a minute, and now it's looking to make new lower lows to kind of get back to what it wanted to do was to curl over and go down, but the news interfered with that. So I think what's going to happen is that this is going to continue off and go this way, and it's going to start to dribble down on the outside of this, dribble down, and it's going to create these new lows as it does that. And we kind of know that because we've been trading this market for a while, right? And we can kind of see where these levels will be at. If we get a little bounce here, I won't be surprised for us to come back up for a minute and then push back down. All right. We'll pause the video now. We'll come back at the top of the hour. I was supposed to look at the 2-hour trades because but I'm already at my capacity for live. So now I'm just trading to trade. So I guess I could do that so you could see it being done. So let's just do that real quick. Let's look at the AUD USD. We have it down with the trend pretty good. So there we go. We're going to look at 66.30. 66.30, and the reason why is because we have this. You see, you got this little part. You got this here, and this is crooked, a little bit crooked. Passes through that little up and down, passes through the up and down, because that's what we're looking for. This little railroad track at the top of a peak, right? Does it pass through that? This little up, stutter, and down, and that's what we're looking for. So we're finding the peak on one. We're okay if we pass through head and shoulders here, and then where does it come out here? So that's 66.29 on the sell for a 2 hour. Let's go over and look at the Audi USD and look at that, see what happens. Audi USD. For 3 o'clock. I forget what the number was already. 66.29. Somewhere in there. 66.26, 66.30 would be great if it had money on it. And it doesn't. So what we're going to do is put 3 in there, and we're going to put 25 for that $75 order, and place and close. All right. Now we're going to drop down to Audi JPY. Normally I don't like trading. Okay, so this is going up against that. Let's see, right about there, 74.24. Because I'm trying to play this market here. There's nothing else right there, and another zone up here, and even this little green zone here. So somewhere in between this, my line here, and see, so this 74.30 would be great on the Audi JPY, but we already have an Audi on, but we can look at that as well. Audi, 3 p.m. Forget the 9. You got to get used to that. 74.30. Oop, wrong one. 74.30. There's 74.28. That's way to the extension. 74.23. Where's that at? 74.23.24 is right here, and that's a pretty good line to draw at. 74.25. I would have really liked to be at, and I'm not going to push it just for the sake of getting into a trade. So this would be a no, right? We would just simply say no. We don't have the right setup. I'm not going to push it, right? You have to learn that. That's the toughest thing to learn, is when to push and when not to push, right? Just to get into a trade, just to hope for the best, right? You don't want that. Your line could have been crooked. You could have been at 23 over here, and your line would have been crooked, right? So 24.26 is still crooked, but 24.25 is the line, right? And even then, I mean, I could come down to like that. And there we go, 74.24. So I made it. Now, that's a 23 though. Crap, So I still could I still could do that and place the order. That is within acceptable guidelines. Okay? Look at this. We're already at $54. Sitting at 55. That's 13 pips off. We're doing well. We're doing well. All right, let's get down the line here. Euro Great Britain pound. Here's another one here. We're going to come back up to, now see how this is so pinched. It's about to push over. We got 2 lines to deal with. We could come back up here at 83.6 at 96. It's about 20 pips off, but 83.90 is only about 11. 83.90 on the Euro Great Britain pound. Let's just do that. 83.90. There's 93. It doesn't have any money on it. 83 is too far. 83 is this line right here. Now, that's a possibility too, because it is a strong line, right? And it should push back down. But if it's just a bounce off, it's going to come out and make me look like an idiot. But I'm okay looking like an idiot. Let's do 83 right there, $34. We're going to do 3. And we're going to do a market order because it's just moving too fast. I don't want it to be dropped down. There we go. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Euro JPY. This one's a little tougher because we got this huge bounce off of here. I would have to go super high. I'm not going to go mid-level because it's going to push past my mid-level. I'd have to go super high, 121.30. And I don't think we're going to have anything on that one. 121.30. 121. There's 32. Yeah, there's nothing on it. We could put a working order on it, but we won't. Euro USD. A little bit of jumpy. It's all over the place. Euro USD. We got a lot of stuff happening. This is a great zone to be in. 0803 to 0796. Let's go look at the market here real quick and just see over on Nadex where we have something close to 800. This is the closest to 800 right there. 98's pretty good too. If I seen correctly, 98 is right by this line here, 2 up from this line. So that's pretty good too. What do we got on it? We have anything? 78, 90. Yes. There we go. 3 in place order and cost. There it is. There's another one. That's a good one too, because we're right up against this. Now we should be able to push off and come back down. That's where I'm suspecting it will go. These are all good numbers to have. Great Britain pound JPY. But again, you wouldn't be doing this if, again, I'm not doing it on my live. I'm restricted by my balance and my time to navigate at 8380. Okay, we're getting close to those. Remember, they bounce too, so. All right, Great Britain pound JPY. Let's go look at this. Oh, we did already. USD CAD, we're already in. USD CHF, we do have a buy happening above this line. So anywhere between this line here and 80 and the peaks down here, these little peaks right here, you see. And look how they all match up. Peak here, valley here, this little bit. Let's see, this little line right here works out pretty good. It's a nice strong above and below, right? You get to see it. You'll get to see it. Trust me, you'll get to see it. 98.30 on USD CHF. Let's go back in. USD CHF, 98.30. 98.33 on the buy. 98.29 on the buy. That's a pretty good one too. Right, here we go. That's 20. Oh, that's 21. So we need 75. Place the order. Hopefully it gets bought. If not, it's okay. Okay. Now, what we learned from this is that we learned how to do the market read and actuation and getting and actuating the activating the process. So you get that speed. So trade demo. If you got your live fixed, go back and trade demo. Finish trading. If your live is already done, go back and trade demo. Get the skills of getting in and try to get in as fast as you can. Try to get in about 15 minutes before the beginning of 15 minutes after the hour. Try to get that. Sometimes you may find your one trade and hey, it looks so good, it's powerful, I'm going to put my 3 in it. Done. If not, if it feels sort of halfway in between, put 1 contract on and go find a better deal. If you don't find a better deal, come back and see if you can put 2 more contracts on that original one and call it the morning. Okay? USD JPY, where were we at? No, there's nothing on a USD JPY. So that's my time. I think you guys have learned a lot in this little segment of looking at the market, seeing the values over on Nadex and be able to buy them in. I will come back in a few minutes to address this process. I think we got this wrapped up. If we don't, it's about 39 minutes for me, but it'll be seconds for you. We'll see if we've won this one, and if we've done, we'll do the tally out for the day. But it's pretty much, this one's pretty much in the bag. I think I'll wait until tomorrow's video to give you a highlight whether or not we did win this, and I'll just post this out now. But for the day with that $75, what is that? So $23, so 46, $69 win right there in pocket. So 69 plus the 85 that's already in the money, and the 85 plus the 69, so $150 a day, 150 plus day. And I only traded 3 times over a period of 3 hours, 4 hours. So I didn't be sitting in a chair. I run a multi-million-dollar company too, so I trade and do this. So this isn't a lot, but you're going to see this growing. And I'm using my live account, as you can kind of see. So I'm not hiding anything from you. I'm not trying to keep anything from your vision or anything else. Okay. And hopefully see you next time. I'm Max Farrell. This is DexFX Markets. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the notification button to find out more about our stuff here from YouTube. And if you are looking to get into Dex Atomic, if you're watching this after the fact, you're looking to get into the Dex Atomic to make this thing work, this is the best thing I've ever created in my life. I swear to God, besides my children, this is the best thing, and the relationship with my wife, I hope she's listening, the best thing I've ever created in my life when it comes to trading and working at home and doing what we need to do. This has been 5 years building to finally get to this point, and we found it after building the TNT systems and the charts. This little Dex Atomic system that costs $97 a month is probably the best trading platform solution for Nadex that you will ever use. That I guarantee, or I'll give it to you for free. All right, I'm Max. This is Dex. We'll see you next time. And as always, trade well.